next time. So abundant thinkers, we fail. We just fail forward every single time. Abundant thinkers, we're not only responsible, write this down, number 3, we're not only responsible for our actions, we're not only responsible for our thoughts. Abundant thinkers go the step further and we're responsible for our reaction. Ooh, that's juicy. Yes, yes. Someone gonna chew on that on the plane on the way home. Like reactions, right? Abundant thinkers not only hold ourselves responsible for our thoughts, we hold ourselves responsible for our actions, we hold ourselves responsible for our reactions before we ever do it. It doesn't mean we react and then apologize. It means we never do those things we have to apologize for. Yes, yes? We don't blame it on that's how I've always been. That's old. Grow up. You're genius. You're brilliant. That's so '08. Right? Abundant thinkers. I'm just giving you some nuggets. There's a ton of other things. I'll share it with you at other time. But I'm telling you, these are practices of abundant thinkers. Christy talked about affirmations. Abundant thinkers understand the power of I am. Anything after the word I am is true to your unconscious mind, Michael. Anything. Anything after I am. Anything. Anything after I am. Even if you know it's not true, your conscious mind will believe it. Anything after I am. So the use of affirmations is very intentional and very consistent. I was diagnosed as clinically depressed in 2001. 1998, I'm sorry. I was diagnosed as clinically depressed. It didn't make sense. I had been in a relationship. I was engaged to get married. And my fiance, who I did not know at the time, was bipolar. And he'd stopped taking his medicines and under the belief system that love can cure anything. And so I ended up being picked up and thrown 3 feet across the room. And I ended up being choked until I passed out. And once I got out of that relationship, I just was different. It was different. So my mom insisted that I go to the doctor. I went to the doctor and I sat on the table and she checked me and talked to me and came back in with a prescription. And she said, Lisa, you're clinically depressed. And I felt like I heard Charlie Brown's parents talking like, wah, 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 wah. Clinically depressed, at least that'll make sense in that same sentence. And she handed me a prescription, and I read the prescription. It had my name on it, and it said Prozac. And I thought, that don't make sense. Lisa Nichols, that don't make sense. And I said, do you mean I'm sad? She said, very, very sad. I said, can I try something? And I'm not recommending you guys, if you're on medication, you stop taking your meds. Please don't do that. I asked my doctor. She agreed. I said, do you mind if I try something before I take this? She goes, yes, but I need to see you back in 30 days. If you're in the same condition, I need us to try this medicine. I said, okay, I could do that. So I went home, and every day I got in the mirror, and I drilled, I am, every day, because I realized I had forgotten who I was. I just forgot. And it was okay to forget. I just forgot. So every day for 25 minutes, I just went over the I ams. Every day, I am. And then I paralleled that with I forgive you for. Then I paralleled that with I commit to you, Lisa, every single day. I went back in 30 days, and I'm talking to her, and I'm on fire. She's just looking at me. And I'm just talking. She twisted her head again. And I'm just talking. She says, wait, I got to stop you. I said, what? She goes, what are you taking? And can I have some?
Good morning, good morning, good morning. If you know me, I could go on and on with Lisa Nichols. She is amazing. I am Stars Tina, and I want to welcome each and every one of you to my favorite, to the best, the one and only morning show, Breakfast with Champions. If you're joining me on Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube, welcome. Come into the building and join us here on Clubhouse. Clubhouse, good morning. As you know, Breakfast with Champions, when you come into this space, we're going to bring you so much motivation. Good morning, Veronica. And today I motivated you with the greatest speaker of all time that I love, Lisa Nichols, the sister in my head. Not only are we going to motivate you, we're going to educate you. We're going to give you the tools, the skills, anything you need to uplift your mindset, your body, your finances, whatever that may be that you want or need. After we motivate you, people, after we educate you, then we are going to inspire you to do those things that you're scared to do. I want to start off by saying good morning. I'm scrolling now. We don't have any pink tickets, which is okay, but I want us to get some pink tickets in here. And how do we get these pink tickets, people? By sharing the room out in the hallway. Glenn Lundy taught me something once. He said, you got to be intentional with things. And I like to be intentional and shift the world, right? So can each of us just shift the world a little bit by pressing that button on the bottom? Maybe you invite some people. Maybe you copy the link and put it in your favorite chat. Am I the only one who has like a badillion WhatsApp chats? I know you have them for the holidays, right? You may have your family chat. You may have your this chat. So I'm going to put it in my Kingdom Sparkle chat. That's a chat that we created when we went to Dallas. With that being said, good morning, Dre. Dre just gave me his email. Thank you, Dre. All righty. So I want to say good morning to some peeps here. I see Jessica. I see Kat in the building. Patty. Hello, Sylvia. Garrick, Stylish, Shelly. Hello, hello. I'm coming back up to the top. That was Lisa Nichols. And let me tell you why I even got on a Lisa Nichols tip this morning. As I was getting ready for today's segment, I said, you know what? Why is BWC so great? And do you guys know all the benefits that we have to offer? I'm not sure if you're aware, but there is a site. It's called bwcdaily.com. I love this site for various reasons. One, if I need a little bit of inspiration and, in a quick little snap of a finger, right? There's so many articles on here. If you miss a segment, some of the articles are on here and you get to go on there and they're very quick reads. So if you have not hopped on the BWC Daily site yet, hop on there. You can also see the hosts, the schedule. You can see the different events that we have going on. Even better than that, okay? So this morning I rolled over to the Facebook group. If you don't know, we do have a BWC Daily Facebook group. This is how you really get into the meat and potatoes of this space here. You get all the benefits because it's cool to come in here. We're here Monday through Saturday, 5 a.m. till about 11. But what happens after those hours, right? Maybe you want to share what happened for the weekend. So I went on the BWC site and I was like, wow, this is cool. This is cool. And then this lady here, well, actually Ramon, posted something, join Lisa Nichols and Seth Godin live with Ramon. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. Now I know he mentioned her and this, that, and the other, but did you know that Ramon is going to be interviewing Lisa Nichols and Seth Godin January 22nd? Did you know that? So I went on there, I clicked the site, and I signed up, and I'm going to be there in the building. So as I was on this Facebook chat, I noticed where some people posted their pictures, what they did for the holidays. So if you have not hopped on there, hop on the BWC website and the Facebook group. It's absolutely amazing. All right, I have 2 minutes for shares. If anyone would like to share what their highlight of the weekend is, I'd love to know. But first, I want to say good morning, Dr. Angelica McGinnis. She said she is ready to put her foot on the pedal. I love that. Squeeze it to the floor and let's go, go, go. I don't know if she saw my topic or what I was talking about, but I'm talking about busting that pinata. As you can see, we have a cool topic at the top. Don't ease up. It's time to step on the gas. Yep. I don't see any I am statements. Good morning, Trey Urban. Write in the chats for me if you do I am statements. And if you don't, I hear someone on mic and go for it. That on mic.
Was your Saturday morning business coaching because you helped me with my introduction, you helped me with my closing. So if you are someone that's going to make you better, not only in business, but as a person, it is Tina. She's going to make it happen.
Thank you very much, Veronica. You have so much energy this morning. I love it. I love it. All righty. So Ryan says, I am a child. Go for it. Who's next?
Tina, I am so grateful for you, for TM, for his morning leadership on demand, where we could just talk and be amazing and have friends and get invitations. And yes, I got your invitation and I reciprocate right back to you. So I just want to thank BWC and freaking Monday mornings with stars, Tina.
Yay, Trey Urban. Did you get my message on Instagram?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
I also texted you and I. So yeah, look in your messages.
So what am I talking about, family? Last week, you see, we have a host on here, guys. I really don't think he's human. I think he's like an artificial intelligent person pretending to be human, because there's no way you can be up Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. I think Saturdays, and then Sunday at 6 a.m. He runs this room on Sunday mornings. I'm like, what? Last week I was in the room and they were talking about things that you can do to get over trauma. And Trey Urban, we were talking about mushrooms and ayahuasca and all this stuff. And that's why, and Trey Urban was saying how she knows all that stuff. So I decided that day, yep, that room inspired me to do a season on my, go ahead, I hear you on micing. Oh, I thought I heard someone on micing. So I decided during that show that I was listening to that is a great segment season for my podcast. My podcast is Mind, Body, and Soul Awakening. And in the podcast, I speak with people who have gone through a trauma or tragedy and they need help overcoming it. Good morning, Jackie. I'm just going to mute you here, Mama, if I know how. I don't know how, but someone got it. Anyway, so when I heard Trey talking about this, I was like, I want you on my podcast. So this season's podcast is all about things you can do. It's like an extension of my book. If you have not gotten my book yet, it's called No More Traumedy. And I share my ideas of how to get over traumedy. So that's why Trey and I were like, what's going on? What's going on? Anyway, are you going to talk about you not being human? TM?
I'm very human. I'm just dedicated and I'm motivated.
And that's all about today's topic, being dedicated, being motivated. I played that Lisa Nichols because I remember, I guess it was 2 years ago when I made my plan and I heard her and I was like, you know what? I want to speak on stages. I want to be just like her. And that's when I really dialed down into practicing and studying. And when I saw that, I was like geeking out this morning. Today's topic for me is called Let's Bust the Pinata. All right. It's inspired by Ed Milet. I was listening to his book yesterday. It's called The Power of One More. Anyone heard of this book, read this book, anything with this book? On mic, yes, no, maybe so.
Yeah.
Of course, the alien knows it. Anyway, no, I'm joking. The Power of One More. So I want to share a quick story. When I started fitness, I was teaching classes everywhere. I started in a gym just doing like the regular stuff, personal training. And personal training, it's hard when you first get started. So my manager, she says, well, Tina, you know, if you teach classes, you can get more clients. So I started teaching something called Body Pump. Amazing class. After I did the certification, the gym did not want to pay the certification company to have the class there. So I wasn't able to teach it, but I kept teaching it anyway. Long story short, I'm teaching all these classes, Body Pump, strength classes, Group X, all this stuff. And they always need subs in gyms. If you ever go to a gym, they need a sub for this, a sub for that. So I'm like, sure, I could do it. I'd hop on YouTube, watch a video. And then they needed a spin class. Anyone here ever take spin class? Yes, no, maybe so. Let me hear you. Unmic for me. Okay. Yes. So I started teaching spin and they kept asking me over and over and over again. And Tina's not going to back down for money. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. Hold up, dancing on a bike? Yes, I can do that. So I'm on bike teaching for like 3 months, never certified, never took a class or anything. And I said, you know what, Tina, maybe you should get certified in this. Kind of like with my speaking, you know, I was just speaking, winning contests. Maybe you should get certified. Anyway, I just kept doing it. And I was average, I was regular, but I kept studying. And then I got offered a position at a place called Cycle Bar. And it was a message on Facebook. And the person said, hey, I'm looking for instructors. We pay between $50 to $150 a class. In my mind, this man's just trying to talk to me. He's not serious, whatever. And then I got a message from another coworker, and she's like, yes, Tina, it's real. So I went to Cycle Bar and I'm like, oh my gosh. And I said, okay, maybe you should get certified for this. So I got certified with Schwinn, nothing like Cycle Bar. So I go to this audition. I'm like, hey, I got this. You know, I'm like, okay, Tina, you're black. You can ride to the beat. You know the beat. So I get in there and it's a 3-day audition and I get cut day 1. And I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. They're like, yeah, you're not riding on the beat because, you know, there's beats per minute when you're riding on the bike. And when you're listening to music, each song has a certain beat. Some songs have 1 beat, some songs have 2. There are some that even have 3 beats, but I could not find the beat. Yes, my personality was there. Yes, my energy, my smile, my everything, but my feet were not hitting the beat. So they cut me. And I was like, please, don't let me go, don't let me go. And I'm like, I'm sorry. But the owner, she loved my energy. She loves my attitude. Charlotte Jones Burton, one of my mentors, amazing woman. She's like, you know what, Tina? And she told me before I even auditioned, because she knew how hard it was. Even if you don't make it as a cycle star, I still want to keep you around. And she kept me around, and I kept studying and studying, and I kept hitting that pinata. Boom, boom, boom. Became an instructor. And then I remember when it finally hit me that I busted the pinata in spin. It was either my 46th or 48th birthday. I can't even remember. And I said, I used to teach at 6 o'clock in the morning. And this goes to say, it doesn't matter what time. It doesn't matter the circumstances. It's all about you. My class would probably normally have 15, 8, 20, it depended on the day, people in the class. And there was this other girl. She would have like 30, 40, 50 people because she would have Friday night, and and I would be jealous. I'm like, that's not fair. She's got the best time slot. It's Friday night. She's got this music going. She's got the glow lights. And Charlotte would say, Tina, it's not the time slot. It's you. And I was like, okay, Tina, stop being stubborn and listen to this lady. So I listened to her. So I said, for my birthday, I want 46 people in class at 6 o'clock in the morning in a spin studio. Guess what, guys? I not only crushed it, we had to bring extra bites in. I had vendors coming. We had someone with bagels, someone from Lululemon coming. It was phenomenal. My point is, in life, you have to keep banging that pinata. I cannot tell you how many classes I went to, how many studios I kept going to so that I could practice, so that I could get better. And what happens in life is people stop when they don't see success. I didn't see success when I went to that first studio and I hated that music. So how many shots do you have to take in life to reach your goals? Do not quit until you get results. And you're getting results every single time you're hitting it. It's invisible progress. Did you know that? You may not see the results right away, but you have to have that faith. And you got to educate yourself. You got to train. It's just not going to happen. Oh, well, I hope I can do this. No, you have to surround yourself with the people that are actually doing it. So I don't know about you, but the bigger the goal, the more challenging, the harder it is, the more excited I get. It's like, okay, what do I have to do here? What do I have to do then? And then it's like these huge things that you do, they don't even seem that hard anymore, right? Like when I did my first book, which was a fitness journal, and my girl Renee, pretty much, she was the publisher for that, because I had it on a piece of paper. I was coaching clients, and I don't know if anyone here has ever done personal training or do personal training, and your coach says, okay, I want you to do this week. And I'd come back the following week and I'd say, okay, where's the stuff you wrote down? They're like, oh, I put it on a piece of paper. Oh, I don't know what that notebook is. So that's why I created my first book. And I was like, Renee, do you think you can turn this in a book? It was just a bunch of pieces of paper. And it's funny because I found it last week. And she figured out on KDP or whatever the heck, and she published my first book. And then when it came time for the second one, I was nervous. The publishing part was simple because I knew Renee could handle that. But then I was nervous about the other stuff. So once you bust that pinata, guess what happens? The candy comes out. What is the candy for you? It could be falling in love. It could be getting your dream job. It could be getting a raise. Whatever that is for you, that's inside of that pinata. So your efforts compounding on top of each other, that is how you will get your results. So today I'm going to give you 3 things that you can do to bust that pinata. And as Dr. Angelica said, it's the end of the year. It's time to push the pedal to the metal. Good morning, Yolanda. And I want to welcome Yolanda. If you guys didn't know, we have an event happening this month, and Yolanda Christensen is actually one of the sponsors. The event that I'm putting together is going to help you bust the windows out the door, out the window. It's called Elevate Your Business. This is the 2nd year that we're doing it. And this year I said, you know what? We got to go even bigger. We got to go even harder. Araya McGarry was one of the people last year that really inspired me to think big. All right. I need everyone to unmic. It's cheerleader time. Sorry. Unmic, unmic, unmic. I'm going to say think big, and I want you to reply times 10. All right. Unmic. Come on. Unmic. Unmic. Well, he's driving. Jackie, unmic. Angelique, unmic. Ramon, unmic. Come on, peeps. Unmic. I'm going to say think big, and I want you to scream times 10. Think big. One more time. One more time. Think big. Thank you. Thank you. I want you to think big times 10. Why? Because 10 times is better than 2 times. That's another good book. Dre actually recommended that to us. But the top is less congested. Did you know that? The bottom is all crowded, like a bunch of sardines stuck together. I don't know about you, but I like the space. I like the air. So think big times 10. That's where you're going to get all the extra space. And that is what I did with the event this year. It's a 3-day event. Okay. We're continuing our BOGO special from today is our last day doing it, Angelina and mine. It's $97 for this 3-day event. And we're slicing that in half. And Renee, I don't know if you're up here, if someone could put the link at the top. I don't think she's here. I'll mod you so you can put the link at the top for the Elevate Your Business event. That would be great. Day 1 is virtual. Kicking in the door, starting off the one and only Glenn Lundy. All right. I want to know more about AI. I want to know more about his book. He's coming through. Hard hitters kicking off the beginning. Ramon Ray right after that. You guys heard me. He's got freaking Lisa Nichols coming in the building. Oh my gosh. He's like, oh, too much. I'm not going to spend too much time on that. Just click the link at the top. Like I said, it's a BOGO, buy one, get one free for the 3 days. The 3rd day will be in person, guys. We get to hug next with Kim Walsh Phillips. All right. We are in Orlando, Florida. We've also got Barbara Majeski coming through. It's going to be an amazing event. And it's all things to elevate your business. So let me get to my 3 tips because I want to hear from you today on how you bust your pinata, some things that I may not have mentioned that you do, because we have a lot of leaders on here. All right. And I want to hear from you. So the very first thing that you need to do to bust the pinata, people, is get higher standards. I think some people don't have higher standards for themselves. They're just okay with just mediocre, just, okay, that's fine. It may be fine, but I'm going to say for me, it is not fine. My standards are up there. And I think it's probably for my grandmother. She's from Bermuda. And if you know those Brits, you know I talk about you guys all the time. They've got the pinky up. Everything's just like, I don't want to say it's got to be perfect, but the standards are high. All right. Another thing, like Renee Noor, the one thing that she didn't drill into my head. I heard it once and it stuck in there. 7-star quality. You don't want to go into the building looking like the help. You want to look like the owner. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is get higher standards. And you'll probably say, how do I do that if you don't know? Well, maybe you can look in magazines, get some really nice magazines. Maybe you look at other people. Maybe you go on YouTube. Maybe you watch TV shows. I don't know. But get higher standards. That's going to get the quality of your life better, the quality of your mindset as well. Because sometimes I don't think we think big enough. Thinking big is so important if you want to do bigger things and change the world. And I don't know about you, I'm a game changer, all right? I'm that person that's going to change the world one step at a time. So the first tip is get higher standards. Does anyone want to chime in on how they get higher standards? I would love to hear. If you have an idea or something you want to share, just unmic.
Good morning.
Go ahead, sir. And then I think I heard Veronica. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So good morning. I'm glad to be here. Haven't seen some of you in a while. It's been forever. So I think that having the right people around to encourage you to have those higher standards is also a big part. Even when it comes down to your clothes, right? Because you brought up clothes. Having friends that encourage you to upgrade. Having friends that encourage you to say or tell you, like, hey, man, like, it's been a while since you upgraded your wardrobe. Like, I've had friends tell me that. Like, sometimes your clothes don't match your vibe. So your vibe is you're ambitious, you're a go-getter, you know what you want. You want millionaire status, billionaire status, whatever it is that you want. And so I think having friends that say your clothes don't reflect your attitude, that will encourage you to like change your wardrobe. Get some nice shirts.
That was a fire drop. That was a fire. Can someone give me a bombshell right now? I don't know how to do those sound effects, but beloved, you were so true. Really quick. My girlfriend, Marquita, she does hair. And whenever I'm over there, she's like, Tina, where's your lipstick? Where's your earrings? Because you'll have certain friends. And beloved, I want to say, it depends on where you are. Was that my bombshell? That sounded like a ding. Depending on... That was a little low bombshell. Can someone give me a bombshell? Do I not deserve a bombshell this morning? Was it? Anyway, there's certain friends, like, for example, when I hang out with my girlfriend, Sarah, I love hanging out with Sarah because I legit could just wear a paper bag, but we're just hanging around the house, maybe going to yoga. But If you're in front of people, if you're like Beloved said, you want to make sure that you're looking good. So very important. And I was having a conversation yesterday with my guy Pete, and he was talking about image consultant. And Kim Walsh Phillips, she talks about this all the time. You want to show up like your ex is in the building. I heard another voice who wanted to talk about getting higher standards.
Well, I was definitely going to. Yeah, I love what he said about the right people. That's what I just really appreciate about you, and I love that you mentioned Queen Renee. The Queen added all of you leaders. TM. I mean, it's really around. It is really about being around the right people that will give you that tough love and correct you to say, to help.
We kind of lost her, but I also want to say, family. Yes, thank you, Veronica. I just also want to say it's not what you say, it's how you say it, and also when you say it, especially to women. All right, because I work with women all the time, and if I was to just point out every single thing that could be done better, we'd be in like little balls crying. So don't just go up to someone, well, you need to do this, you need to do that. No, if your heart is great, if you're feeling good on the inside, I'm not saying that's all that matters, but ladies, seriously, I mean, I don't know if you can see my face right now. I did a little do. I was like, okay, I'll put some mascara on, little lip gloss, little lip. It doesn't take long to do a little something. I'm getting off a track. I have 9 minutes. All right. Number 2. Understanding your why. We talk about this all the time. If your why isn't big, it's not going to motivate you. If your why is not huge, it's not going to get you out of bed in the morning. If your why is not big, it's not going to stop you from eating that chocolate cake. Your why has to be so big, it makes you cry. Why? Why does it have to be that big? Because that's the only reason why you're going to get up. Do you think Glenn Lundy gets up at 3:30 every morning just because? Do you think the robot TM gets up every morning that early just because? Okay. It's because we want to make a change. We want to make a difference. So you have to find out what that why is for you. Maybe you have to purchase Tina's book on Amazon and say, I got to dig into the crates of my mind, of my soul. Go back, look in the mirror, do that mirror work, but figure out your why, because that's going to make it so much easier, people. And it's going to be motivating. Getting ready for this event this weekend. Yesterday, I was just like, I'm working with Angeline. That's what I love. Like Beloved and Veronica said, working with people that have standards. Now, I'm not a Canva queen, all right? I can do Canva, I can get it done, but that's not my zone of genius, okay? It's not Angeline's zone of genius either, but she does it better than me. Now, I made some flyers. Okay, I made some flyers. I'm like, I'll do it. And then she was like, oh, Tina, that's really not on brand. That's not nice. I'm like, and she made better ones. You want people around you that are going to uplift you. All right, we can do better than that. Always, like we said in the book. What did I say in the book? One more time. Is it right there? No, the power of one more. The power of one more, doing one more thing to make it better. So very important. Anyone want to chime in on understanding your why that's important to push through? If so, on mic. If not.
You were talking about, not giving up earlier, right? Going through the process of not giving up in that class, right? It took me back to the conversation I had recently about applying for 9 jobs in my career. 9 jobs, like back to back. I don't know anyone, right, who would just apply for 9 jobs, don't get it, right? But it wasn't about getting the job. It was about going through the process, right? And not in the stream, right? Most people would give up. But I understand that going through the process, you expose yourself, right, to a new audience, you're building relationships, and you learn something about yourself when you go through the process. A lot of people look at not getting the job as disappointment, but I'm motivated by the feedback, right, about why I didn't get it. And so that's the pounding that you're talking about, right? And at some point, you pound long enough, hard enough, the candy will come out, right? After 9 jobs, the 10th was a promotion, right? But I learned so much about myself, and I exposed myself to a variety of leaders who did not know me prior to the process. Go through the process, right? Because there's something to learn, and you expose yourself to people who didn't know you.
I love it. And as you mentioned, you get strong. Go ahead.
That's what, can I jump in on this?
Go for it.
I just want to say, Tina, what TM just said. it just fires my soul, Stars Tina. I know you know this, but going on and on and on the process. So I just wanted to underline what TM said and join in on that. Tina, back to you. It's powerful when you keep going and you keep going. Back to you.
And he gets stronger and it gets easier. Do you think Ramon is excited about having Lisa Nichols? Like, come on, these things, the universe starts working with you too. It's like, you know what? This person is working so hard. Let me just throw them this bone. Let me just throw this right here. Tip number 3, I'm running out of time. I hear someone go for it on mic. I heard.
No, Tina, I just was going to say, it's Megan. After 30 years of building businesses, the why has to be the driving force. Otherwise, you will stop along the way. But it's that clarity of knowing that why. You have to be so clear. And that, but it will continue to evolve. And that's the thing I want people to know. It's never going to stay the actual same like his 9 applications, but it's that knowing that why. It's that driving force.
Do you guys hear these hosts here? Do me a favor. And if you're not following these hosts, follow Megan, follow Ramon, go to their Instagram. Let's just build up this community, family. I mean, we've got 4 weeks left. Let's just push the pedal, go through. This is where it is. Now, this last tip, I'm going to give it to you, but you're not going to understand it. You got to get the book. I'm going to listen to it again. Bending Time, The Matrix. All right. Ramon, did you read this book, The Power of One More?
Probably, but Ramon doesn't.
Oh my gosh, wait till you hear this. Lot of mercy. So he talks about one more thinkers. What they do is they manipulate time. It is a constant, but we treat it as a variable. So our perception of time, most people, oh my gosh, time goes so quick. So what he talks about in this book is breaking down 24 hours into 3 time blocks. So instead of having one day, he turns his one day into 3 days. So yesterday I was like, okay, I'm going to figure this out for myself. So from 4 a.m., because that's when I wake up, to 12, that's going to be day 1. From 12 to 6, that's day 2. From 6 to 9, that's day 3. And then he's saying how instead of having that one day, you have 3. So at the 7 days, you have 21 instead of 7 days. I know it sounds crazy, right? But manipulating time. I'm going to give you all these 3 together. If you want more, go to bwcdaily.com. I'll put an article together. But today we're talking about Busting the Pinata, inspired by Ed Milet, the book, The Power of One More. The 3 things I talked about today, we're getting higher standards. The second thing, understanding your why. And the third thing, make 2 to 3 days out of your one day, manipulating time. Those are the 3 things that I have. Does anyone else want to share what they do to bust a pinata? I hear you, go for it.
Hey, good morning, Tina. Go ahead.
Good morning, Tina. This is Nina. How are you? Good morning, BWC family. I'm just wanting to piggyback off of what Ramon was saying about, I'm just trying to get this out. Trusting the process. So I'm just learning how to just trust the process along the way. So I just wanted to chime in on that segment.
Love it. Thank you. Yolanda, you wanted to share?
Yes, good morning, Grand Rising, everyone. I just want to share in on the why. And I'm right here in my kitchen and understanding my why I am having the event that I'm hosting for caregivers. You have to understand and embrace the why. And once you have the why, I believe you have the what, you have the where's, and you have the wins, WINS's. Thank you for allowing me to share.
Thank you, Yolanda. As we close out, make sure you click that link at the top to the Elevate Your Business Summit. This is the last, hugest, wonderful summit for the end of the year. As I said, we have Glenn starting it off on Thursday virtually. We have Kim Walsh-Phillips closing it out in person in Orlando with myself and Angeline. We are so excited. I am Stars Tina, your life and health coach. If you have not purchased my book today, get on Amazon. No More Traumedies. It's going to take you from good to great to amazing so you can push through all the traumas and tragedies in your life. All right, peeps, let's make some noise. Let's share this room out and give it up for the amazing, the one and only Glenn Lundy. Good morning, Glenn. How are you?
Yo, good morning. I am amazing. How are you?
Great, great, great.
Yeah, love it, love it, love it.